The Indian subcontinent has the oldest history in the world of sculpting in bronze, dating all the way back to around 2500 BCE in Mohenjo-Daro. Each region of the subcontinent has its own tradition, including the Himalayan belt, which stands out for its very distinctive style. Nestled among the Himalayan peaks, the Kashmir Valley entered a period of prolific accomplishment in the arts beginning in the 7th century. Bronzes, in particular, were an important part of this flourishing culture. From the 7th to the 10th centuries, Kashmir was home to one of the most refined traditions of early Himalayan metal sculpture. These sculptures reflected the late Gupta elegance of the 4th to 6th centuries, with distinctive regional features of the valley in smaller jewel-like pieces that usually only measure between 4 to 8 inches in height. This Kashmir bronze, standing over 6 inches, is considered incredibly rare, both for its scale and period, which dates back to the early 8th century. The preeminent British art historian Douglas Barrett has noted this work specifically for its refinement and brilliant golden color. As a former curator of Indian art at the British Museum, he worked extensively with Kashmir bronzes and made a specific note about this piece. The finest examples of this style were acquired very early on by the British Museum in London and the Metropolitan Museum in New York. This sculpture is among a handful of the most important surviving museum-quality early Kashmir bronzes, and it has features similar to pieces in institutional collections, making it exceptionally important. Each finger is modeled distinctly and in detail, much like a similarly dated important Buddha sculpture from the Gupta period, which is housed in the British Museum. The posture, the lotus pedestal, and the robe treatment compares with another important Kashmir bronze in the Metropolitan Museum in New York. The most important highlight of this sculpture, however, is the quality of the face. It's softly rounded and it tapers gently at the chin. The long eyes have the typical Kashmiri upward curve with the tips extending as eyelashes. The nose is well defined and the sculpted lips rest in a reassuring, radiant smile of spiritual calm. This piece is in remarkable condition for its age. It's very unusual to be able to see such facial detail in a Kashmiri bronze of this period. The well-preserved 1,300-year-old gold gilding gives the sculpture the gravitas of a large icon, despite the intimacy of its scale. This piece was once part of the collection of the late Nalini and Haridas Swali. A banker by profession, Haridas Swali was drawn to art and antiquities from an early age and went on to build a private collection of Indian antiquities. This bronze sculpture was probably the most important object in his entire collection. Very few examples of bronzes of this quality and from this period have come up in public auctions over the last 40 years. We invite you to bid on this bronze and other significant antiquities and works by notable modern and contemporary artists at our spring live and online auctions on the 1st and 2nd of April 2026 at Saffronart.